Marla Martenson, your friendly matchmaker, and Susan Allan, the miracle woman, the magical lady that will get you into a relationship, marriage, or walk you peacefully on out of one. She does it all. She's a mediator, she is a coach, she does relationships, dating, everything. She changed my life and so many of my clients' lives, and I am so excited to have this conversation. We're going to give you 3 dating tips today to help you date better, have a more joyful experience, and find a man that you love, admire, and have a joyful, beautiful life, and put a ring on it. All right.
That's it.
All right. So, Susan, question number 1, first tip: how personal should somebody be in a profile? We're on these dating sites. Even on Tinder, I think there's even a little bit you can put about yourself. So how personal should we get? What should we really put on there that will keep us safe, but also let people know what we're all about?
Well, you're looking for somebody who's either a short-term relationship or a long-term relationship. So let's address long-term relationships because that's much more important. And the short-term, you can have fun and find somebody and say what you do. But for a long-term relationship, if you're someone who loves to play tennis, it better be there. If you're somebody who loves sailing and loves the beach and loves the water, it better be there. If you're somebody who loves travel and you've been 23 countries or whatever it is, you've got to include what turns you on. So personal, obviously you're not going to say what street you live on, in Studio City, but you could say that, your favorite restaurant in Studio City is, or you could say that, you really love living, having moved to La Jolla because, so any of those things, you want to give somebody a snapshot of you. That, of course, is the same thing about the photos. You want the photos to speak in a way that the profile can.
Yeah, photos. Let's just add a little onto this question because photos are a big thing, even as a matchmaker. When women want to be in my database, they want to be considered, the photos they send me, I'm just
That's right.
Unreal. My jaw drops because they're so
Yes.
bad. Some of them, they're so bad.
That's right.
And I don't know how they think it's a good photo. I mean, these are attractive women sending me photos that just bad angles, but goofy facial expressions, sunglasses. So, and there's that balance between frumpy and sexy. The man wants to see the figure, but they don't want you to look, have everything showing but the nipples. So give us a little of insight about that.
Perfect. So, for example, on Match.com, they say people who have 8 photos or more are something like 3 times more successful in getting responses and getting attention. So that's just what you do. You have 8 great photos. Now, I always advise people who are not the most beautiful and the most perfect to go to a photo studio because it's worth it. You need professional lighting. You need a background. You need somebody who really knows what he's doing. I always have my photos taken in Studio City at Pets and People for years. I mean, like for 15 years, and I send all my Santa Barbara clients there. The guy takes pictures of, a family and their 12 dogs, and everybody looks good. So he's never made me look bad, So, and very affordable and a lovely guy. So that's just one tip. And you've got to have a photo of you looking fabulous in a tight sweater, tight dress. A photo of you looking fabulous in tight jeans or leggings, full body, head to toe. Photo of you looking like an intelligent, appropriate person for a business event. Yeah. Black dress, pearls, that kind of thing. High heels, but not 6-inch. Looking as much like Kate Middleton did before she got to marry Prince William. So all of that. Use common sense, but not your common sense. Use the common sense of the man you want to go out with.
Right.
Because he's going to be very focused on what,
I see sometimes women will send me only pictures, every single picture they have sunglasses on. So you got to take off the glasses.
Well, that may be a tip that they want me to recommend a great plastic surgeon.
Well, or they're just, they don't have a lot of pictures of themselves and they're out side or whatever, but have somebody take some good pictures. I took some pictures of my husband Adolfo. We went out to the park and then we went to a piano shop and he took some pictures next to a piano. They turned out great, and he kind of photoshopped them a little to get out. It was so great. Also, though, when you say if you're not that gorgeous and then you get professional pictures, you don't also want to look way better than you really do, too, right? Because won't the person be disappointed?
Well, that's a dance. I just had this conversation with a brand new client, and I said, look, you don't want to look unrecognizable.
Yes.
At the same time, you're not going to get that date if the photo isn't of you at your very best.
That's right. That's right.
And people understand this.
Yeah.
So you want to get your first date. Don't shave 30 pounds off. Don't shave 20 years off. Don't change anything, radical. But look your best. On the day after you've been dieting for a week, take the photo. That kind of thing.
Excellent.
And it makes a difference.
All right. And how do you discover what someone's looking for? I think you call this finessing.
Absolutely. So you read somebody's profile, or if they're going out and you've introduced them to somebody, they've got some information. So you're going to take the information you've got about somebody. Let's say that he is a CEO of a large corporation, and let's say the corporation does something in media, whatever it is. So you would say to him, I imagine, Bob, that you spend lots and lots of time going to Hollywood events. Mm-hmm. This must be, on the one hand, you must have loved it in the beginning, being in a tuxedo all the time. And probably now your idea of a good time is, just hanging out in your pajamas, because I know how that is for people in the business. And then he feels, wow, she understands me, even if you haven't guessed accurately.
Right.
The fact is that you've shown that you're somebody who's interested.
Yes.
You've got to dance between being interesting and interested. That's the key. Now, let's say it's a guy who's a doctor. That's a whole different story. So you might say, John, wow, you're a doctor and you've been, a surgeon for, 20 odd years. I can't even imagine how you handle that stress. You seem like a really relaxed guy. Mm-hmm. Now he's thinking to himself, she could be a doctor's wife.
Yeah.
She gets it. She gets it. Now, what if the guy's an attorney? Now, if he's an attorney, then you're going to say to him, and imagine some of these big cases. Mm-hmm. So if you're in Southern California and you're dating an attorney, that's huge cases, major stuff. We're not talking about somebody in some tiny little town, mm-hmm. right? So, gosh, Larry, I understand that you're a corporate attorney in LA, and I can't even imagine how you keep all that information straight and deal with the speed that's required with, once you're in a trial. This must be so fascinating. And, what you're going to find out is either he hates his career. If he says to you, rah, 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 then this is not a happy guy. Next. Yeah. Or he may be thrilled that you took the time to figure out what's important to him.
Yes. Awesome. I love that. It's being in, when you are interested and kind of show that you can empathize and know what they're going through, then that opens them up to telling you more, and then you find out more about them, therefore finding out if this guy is for you. You're not basing your interest on looks and hormones. You're basing it on, okay, he's cute. Now let's see if he has the personality and lifestyle for me.
That's right. And then we should do another series where we talk about all the mistakes our clients have made so that other people don't make the same mistakes,
well,
right?
That's a lot of that is in our training, free training, which we're going to
tell
you.
That's true.
After
that's
the last tip, ladies. All right. So a lot of times people will ask me, do you do background checks on your clients? Now, we don't, but we get to know the guys very well. If they're in Southern California, I go to their home. Otherwise, I Skype or FaceTime. We look them up online. We just to see Facebook, this and that. We get feedback after the date, so we know the guys. We've never had a problem. We have great guys. Yeah. But people ask that and then wonder also out there dating on their own, should they do a background check? How much information should they delve into?
Well, you do really screen your guys. I know this for a fact. You've got great guys. Yeah. And it's important for every single one of you who's watching this and who's dating and who's going online, These are strangers. You don't know them at all. Your friends and family don't know them. So the onus is on you to Google them, look on Facebook, look on LinkedIn, look at the company they say they work for. Are they on the site? Now, maybe they have a smaller job. They're not going to be listed. But make sure you know what the company is, because you're going to be finessing for information on the phone. Now, if you see anything that looks like a huge red flag, but if for some reason the person seems very desirable, remember, you're meeting them at the restaurant. You're not going with them. You're not going to let them walk you out to your car, pitch black night.
Right.
You're going to only public places. You're not going to let them know, where you live. You're not, if you have a home phone, you're not going to speak to them on the home phone. You're going to be very careful and very cautious, because that's the world we live in now.
Yes. Now, if you're meeting guys through me, ladies, we don't want you going on Facebook and digging up things and seeing maybe, because people will look and see a bad picture and say, well, no, I don't want to meet them. We've met them. We know,
That's
that
right.
they're going to be a good, so you don't need to do that.
That's
but we're talking about when you're out on your own on Match.com or Tinder or whatever you want to. They're great places to meet people. I know people who've gotten married on both of those sites, and all of the great dating apps and platforms out there can be fantastic, but of course, like Susan said, these are strangers, so you do want to be careful. So, all right. So,
and you do have fabulous guys.
We do. I love
you do have the best guys.
We're so lucky, and it's just so exciting seeing these relationships unfold and the fun dates they're going on. So we want you ladies to also have that opportunity to find an amazing man. We called our free training How to Marry a Billionaire. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be in the market for a billionaire. We teach how to really just find a really great quality guy for you, and hopefully he has some success and some stuff on the ball. So tell them a little bit about our training and what they get.
Well, it's really important to understand that the things that we've highlighted today, these may be topics that you never studied. And Marla and I have been doing this for a very long time, each of us individually, so we're talking about decades of experience in dating and relationships. So we will fast track everything for you, and it's a free training. So, you can watch it at home, you can watch it in the bath. So why not? Because, we try to keep it as informative as humanly possible, while at the same time letting you have a good time, because we like to laugh. We like to, enjoy.
We did. We had a great time with this. And it's a 1-hour video that you can watch, like Susan said, at your leisure. So you just go into the description box below, and there's a link, and then you just click on it, put in your information, you get access to that video, and then you also get something very special. So you get a whole hour with Susan to discuss your dating, whatever you want to discuss, what maybe you want to work on, what you've had challenges with. She's great. Literally, when I had my first session with Susan, I did 6 sessions with her, but my first session, things shifted already. And it was interesting because it was like the universe heard the call, like I'm ready to shift and to learn, and things kind of shifted without barely I even had to do anything. I did.
That's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
I just spoke to a client, and amazingly, she said to me, I didn't even have the conversation with my daughter yet, and she arrived, and she was completely different, and she did the things that I thought I was going to have a long, arduous conversation about, but she just did them. And I said to the woman, because, you shifted.
Yeah.
There's something about the way you behaved that your daughter saw.
But there's something like energetically, some magic, like fairy dust or something that Susan interjects.
That's right.
It's really great.
That's right.
So we are so excited. So please, if you're a single woman and you want to find a great guy, just, click on that link and watch our free training, because it's really fabulous. And we love you and look forward to seeing you there.